Welcome back, everyone, to the deep dive. Today, we're doing something special. We're not just opening a book. We're really trying to unlock the final core insights of the Bhagavad Gita. Specifically, chapter 18. It's called Moksha Sannyasa Yoga, the Path of Liberation.
Yeah.
Just imagine the scene for a second. The dust settling on the battlefield, right? But inside Arjuna, there's still this massive storm. And Krishna, his guide, well, he's about to deliver this final, most profound piece of wisdom. This chapter kind of weaves everything together: action, knowledge, devotion, surrender. It's all pointing to one thing: liberation. And the theme, the real guiding star for us today, comes right from this chapter. Give up the ego, not the action. Surrender to me and be free.
Okay,
Oh.
let's really unpack this.
Yeah, it's such a crucial chapter because it really is the grand finale. Krishna ties everything together here. It's not just more advice, it's like the ultimate pathway to understanding all the chapters that came before. So for you, listening in, think of this deep dive as maybe a shortcut, a way to grasp these, well, sometimes subtle ideas: renunciation, duty, surrender, and importantly, how they can actually make a difference, how they can help you find freedom in your own life right now.
Exactly. And that shift you mentioned from just external stuff to the internal state, that's so key. It brings us right to this big question of how our own inner makeup, our qualities, actually shape everything we do. So what specific things are we digging into today? First up, really, understanding renunciation. We need to clarify this difference. It often gets confused between sannyasa, which sounds like, giving everything up, becoming a hermit maybe, and tyaga. This is much more subtle. It's about renouncing the fruits of your actions, all actions. Shloka 18.2 talks about this. And the core idea here is that real renunciation, it's not about what you give up physically. It's about why you're doing it. It's internal, like acting with full commitment but letting go of worrying about the result. That frees you up instantly, right, from all that anxiety.
That is such a critical distinction. So many people hear renunciation and think, okay, I need to quit my job, sell my house, go live in a cave. But the Gita, especially here in chapter 18, it presents Tyaga as something completely different, something anyone can practice, whatever their life looks like. So sannyasa might be leaving that job you hate to find peace. Fine. But Tyaga is staying in that job, doing your work really well, but releasing your attachment to the paycheck, the promotion, the praise, even the complaints. It's like changing your inner operating system, not necessarily your outer circumstances. The question shifts from what do I get rid of to what attitude do I bring?
That's a fantastic way to put it, an inner operating system change. Love that. So, okay, Arjuna starts to get this idea of inner letting go, this shift in attitude. Then Krishna shows him how his own inner qualities, the Gita calls them the three gunas, how they're affecting his ability to act, his perception, everything. What's the big takeaway about these gunas for us?
Well, the really profound thing is how these guna, sattva, rajas, and tamas are always interacting within us, and how they subtly color everything. It's not just about labeling actions as good or bad. It's about seeing how your dominant guna right now is influencing how you see things, how you make decisions, even what feels like happiness to you. It's like a powerful tool for self-awareness. Okay, sattvic actions are pure, clear, done without attachment or ego. They lead to peace. Rajasic actions, they're fueled by passion, ambition, wanting results, often leads to restlessness, always needing more. And tamasic actions, well, those come from inertia, ignorance, confusion, usually lead to negative outcomes, harm even. Think about it like a surgeon. A sattvic surgeon operates with calm focus, purely for the patient's good. A rajasic surgeon might be just as skilled, but maybe they're driven by fame or money. A tamasic surgeon, let's hope we don't meet one, their actions would be clouded by carelessness or ignorance. It just shows how the quality of our inner state really shapes our outer world.
Wow, that surgeon analogy makes it crystal clear. It makes you think, though. If we notice we're stuck in a more, say, rajasic or tamasic pattern, how do we consciously shift? Is it enough just to be aware, or are there practical things we can do?
Awareness is definitely the first step. Huge step, actually. Just recognizing, okay, my inner state is driving this. But then, yes, it's about actively choosing to engage in things that cultivate sattva. Things like mindful action, selfless service, reflection, seeking wisdom, spending time in nature, even eating pure foods. It's a conscious cultivation, not usually an overnight switch. And once we understand this influence of our inner qualities, the Gita then moves to something really practical, really grounding, the importance of your natural duty.
Right, your Dharma. Krishna basically tells Arjuna, look, you're a Kshatriya, a warrior. Your duty is to fight, but fight for justice, not out of anger or hate. And this idea that our Dharma is our unique path, not what society says success looks like. That's pretty revolutionary, especially today with social media and comparison culture. Shloka 18.45 says, by performing one's own duty sincerely, a person attains perfection. But then 18.47 hits even harder, doesn't it? Better to fail in one's own duty than succeed in another's. How does that ancient idea speak to us now? Trying to find and live our own truth when there's so much noise telling us what we should be.
Oh, that's such a core struggle today, isn't it? We're just flooded with images of other people's highlight reels or success. It's so easy to feel like we're falling short or on the wrong track. This verse, 18.47, it's like a powerful anchor. It reminds us that real fulfillment, deep satisfaction, it doesn't come from copying someone else. It comes from sincerely trying to walk your own path, even if you stumble, even if it looks messy. It really demands deep self-reflection, what truly resonates with you. Your nature, your skills, your values, that's your Dharma. And then finding the courage to live that, even if it's unconventional. It's about being true to your inner constitution, not just chasing external validation.
Yeah, it's like deep self-acceptance, isn't it? Being okay with who you are. Okay, so if we tie this all together, we have inner renunciation, letting go of outcomes, understanding our inner gunas, embracing our unique dharma. All this builds up to what Krishna presents as the ultimate path of surrender. And this brings us to that really famous verse, Shloka 18.66. Abandon all varieties of duties, surrender unto me alone. I shall deliver you from all sin. Do not fear. Oh. Wow. I mean, that sounds so absolute. After all this talk about duty, now abandon it. What does surrender really mean here? Is it just throwing your hands up?
Have some deeper.
That's the million-dollar question, right? And it's easy to misunderstand. After pages of philosophy, complex ideas about action and inaction, Krishna delivers this incredibly direct, almost heart-stopping command. Abandon all varieties of duties. It doesn't mean become lazy or irresponsible. No. It's the ultimate act of trust. It's surrendering the ego's heavy burden of feeling like you have to control everything, figure everything out alone, bear all the weight. It means aligning your personal will with, let's say, a higher purpose, the divine will, acknowledging a greater intelligence, orchestrating things. It's freedom, really. Freedom from that constant churn of anxiety about results, about what ifs. So this surrender in this context, it's absolutely not weakness. It's the highest strength. It's freedom from fear, freedom from illusion. It's the final letting go that paradoxically empowers you to act more clearly, more courageously than ever because you're not crippled by the outcome anymore.
Ah, okay. That makes so much more sense. Surrender as empowerment, not passivity. Release that brings strength. And it's this whole journey, this accumulation of wisdom from inner states to duty to this profound surrender that finally leads to Arjuna's transformation. By the end, the text says his confusion is gone. He's remembered who he truly is, what his purpose is. He says, I will act according to your word. He's clear, he's centered, he's ready. It's such a powerful image of what's possible for all of us.
So, after all that, what does this mean for you, listening right now? The Gita, and especially this final chapter, it isn't just some dusky old text. Think of it more like a mirror. It reflects our own inner battles, our confusion. It's also a guide pointing towards clarity, and maybe even like a friend, offering wisdom when things get tough. It's not asking you to escape the world or run away from your life, not at all. It's calling for engaged living. Living with clarity, with purpose, with love, even when life feels like a battlefield.
Exactly. And if you had to distill the ultimate lesson from chapter 18, the final takeaway from the entire Gita, it's this. Do your duty, whatever it is, but do it without the ego driving the show. Surrender the results. Trust in something greater than your own limited understanding. And through that process, you find a peace that, well, it runs deeper than just temporary happiness or favorable circumstances. And remember, that's surrender. It's not giving up. It's the ultimate courage. It's proactively letting go of fear and illusion. That's where true freedom and strength lie. It's knowing that deep peace doesn't come from having all the answers, but from trusting the path you're on, moment by moment.
So thinking about everything we've unpacked today, renunciation as an inner state, living your unique truth, that ultimate path of surrender, maybe reflect on this. How could embracing your unique duties right where you are, but without that ego attachment to the outcome, how might that help you find a bit more peace, more clarity on your own journey? And maybe ask yourself, what burdens of needing a certain result, of comparing yourself, of fear, what burdens might you be ready to consciously set down right now to invite that real strength, that real freedom into your life? Something to think about.